Welcome to Pardon That Vine. My name is Chris Riccobono, and this is the world's most unbiased wine review forum. And I'm honored to have a true pioneer from Bordeaux, Dr. Alain Raynaud. From, I'm sure many of you know him, from the United States. People are Napa fans. He's a consultant at Colgin, and he here is the president of the Cercle Rive Droite, which is an association of winemakers from the right bank. Thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I did want to, well, maybe you can just tell the fans who you are associated with today. I know you're constantly consulting in different chateaus in the United States.
Yes, in America I am consultant for Anne Colgin since 2001. 3 years after that I was consultant for Moraga in Bel Air, Tom Jones, a very nice man. And in Bordeaux I am consultant in the left bank for Chateau Roland de Bie and Au-Condissas, with Auberger in Pessac-les-Oignons. And after a couple of wines, among them Clos l'Église, Le Moulin, Boutis, Aucarle, Sabre, Bar de Haut, Fleur de Gué, Croix de Gué. And after I moved to Banyuls for Connure and Banyuls. And that's it, because that makes a lot of travel or journey.
Needless to say, he has a little bit of experience. Can you comment a little bit on the 09 vintage? I know there's a lot of hype around it as we approach the Premiere.
We had a very wonderful summertime with a lot of sun every day, not too high temperature, with cool nights, and the difference in temperature in day and night, very important, that is been responsible of a lot of aromatic wines. Because the more difference you have between day and night, the more aromatic is the wine. Then we got almost a small amount of rain, necessary but not too much. And finally, the ripeness of the berries has been very quickly obtained in the middle of September. The key of the success in 2009 has to be to pick the grapes where they were ripe but not overripe. That means that the tendency was to increase the level of sugar. And to increase the level of sugar was increasing the level of alcohol. And too much alcoholic wine is not for me a good balanced wine. And the 2009 we have produced with this tendency to keep the freshness, the aromatic, and the tannins. And I think that the wines are showing that very well in New York, like they did in Chicago, in Los Angeles, and formerly in London.
There's a big debate, at least in America, amongst Cabernets and obviously Napa Cabernets being 15% and up in alcohol. And many people come out, including some winemakers themselves from the United States, and say that it's not possible to make a complex wine at that percentage. You obviously have a lot of experience in California with Colgin. What is your feeling on that whole topic?
It is only a question of good use of water in America. A lot of people stop to use water at the end of the ripening season, and they make a very big mistake, because with no rain the grapes have a concentration inside, they concentrate everything and they concentrate the sugar and they increase the alcohol. If you measure the hydroxylase by a pressure chamber or by sensors that measure the circulation of the fluid in the stocks, you can easily understand that giving small water at the very end is very necessary to stay at 25 brix and nothing more. So it is very possible not to increase too much in states in Cabernet Sauvignon and to stay at a reasonable level of alcohol. But this is another story.
Yeah, that's tough. Can you comment, another big, obviously it's the talk right now, what do you think is going to happen with the pricing of the 09s? You know, obviously with the 08 being a solid vintage.
We know that the economical situation is the same all around the world. We are just in the middle of the difficulties. I don't think we have finished crisis. So we know that this vintage arrives in a very difficult situation, and we have to fix a price which show everybody that we have understood not to increase too much. So it has to be under the price of the 205, even if the quality of the 209 is even better than the 205. I think that the pricing will be done according to the market of everyone, but knowing what is the situation of all the countries, we have to think that the consumer have to want to buy our wines. Cercle Rive Droite is certainly a guarantee of a very huge amount of quality at reasonable price. We have never been crazy increasing our price in Cercle Rive Droite. You can't find somebody that has been jumping over $100 a bottle. So I'm pretty sure that the pricing will please everybody.
What about the 09s versus the 08s in pricing?
I think it will be highest for sure, but not so much.
So I think the 08s are tremendous as well.
You have a lot of weights that are very good, and the pricing has been dropping in a rate very significantly.
And what do you think will happen with 07? You think they'll just drop?
07 it is another story. 07,
I think they'll be down.
I think everybody made a mistake. It was a medium vintage, which is good to drink now, because it's very, very, very accessible now. But the price has obviously been too much. So this is the thing that we need absolutely not to do again, because we could lose our markets.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time. Let's get into. Let's taste this wine here live on the show. This is the Chateau Le Fleur de Gay. Maybe you can just give a little background, and if you can just touch on the barrel fermentation here, like we talked about in the cold soaking versus.
Yeah, this is my personal wine. So this is a wine that I share a lot, and with passion, in fact. I use two systems. One which is not very new, which is the cold cork, the cold dry system, to prevent the loss of aromas by a cloud of CO2, then to decrease the temperature, to stay in a watery area a long time, so you can extract more anthocyanins. And so the decrease in temperature very quickly is also preventing from disease of bacteriological disease and of yeast disease. And secondly, the fermentation is done in barrels. The first benefit is the barrel is a small component with 225 liters, so you can make a selection of different plots. You can make a selection of different pooling, of different training of vines, of different yield, and also you have a very, very early exchange between the oak and the wine, and this very early exchange, like the malolactic process after, make the wine more smooth, more round, more full-bodied at the same time, and more aromatic. It is a lot of job because every small barrel is one tank. So it is a lot of tanks, but need a lot of people to be educated, to have a good temperature inside, but the result is finally extremely good. Fleur de Gay, to finish with, is located in the very high terrace of Pomerol, just the very first neighbor of Petrus. It is a 100% Merlot wine, which is produced in 10,000 bottles, so it is a very tiny production. And
how long does it spend in oak?
It spent 18 months.
100% new?
100% new this year.
How long has it been in oak, would you say, so far?
It has been in oak since November. So you can imagine that by gaining a little bit more complexity, it will be an exceptional and outstanding wine. So I do believe.
Let's
let's cheers.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Get a ton of dark fruits on the mid palate, but I think we talked about, it's so silk. The tannins are so smooth. They come in at the right time, and obviously it's actually drinking nice right now.
Yeah.
But obviously has some staying power. It's just well balanced. So I don't like using the word smooth when I taste wine, but it really is.
No, it is.
The way it
maybe
connects
it's
from
not,
one.
yes, your description is much better than mine, but I must say that my vocabulary in your language is not the same. But I like to think that this wine is accessible now.
Very accessible. I'm getting more of the earthy tones and minerality on the back end. On the mid palate, just tons of fresh fruits. It's a really nice wine. Really, really good.
Thank you. And welcome to Bordeaux to see the evolution.
What? Yeah, I can't wait. I'll be there at the end premieres. What is this retail at? Just for not on average, usually 06.
No, it is something between $50 and $60.
Which is for those people who love California wines, we know what the prices are for. I mean, this wine is drinking, like $125 plus Cabernet. So this is a great. I call this a value wine, even at $50 or $60. I'm not saying that's cheap, but it's a tremendous wine. Anyway, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.